I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Just a few hours before Alina Habba and Donald Trump were sanctioned approximately $1 million by a federal judge in the Southern District of Florida for bringing a completely frivolous lawsuit, Alina Habba was on right-wing extremist propagandist networks bragging about how she and Donald Trump just keep on winning. We just keep on winning. The wins keep feeling better. Here, play this clip.
Tolerances that have been given to President Biden's attorneys.
That would be nice, but you know, it's okay. Then the wins are just that much better when we get them, which we do, frankly, all the time. You're
and so a few hours after Alina Habba was on these propagandist networks talking about how she just continues to win in court with Donald Trump, Judge Donald Middlebrooks, a federal judge in the Southern District of Florida, sanctioned Alina Habba and Donald Trump approximately $1 million in a lawsuit that Alina Habba and Donald Trump filed against other people. So Donald Trump brought the lawsuit suing other people, and Donald Trump not only lost, but lost $1 million. That's how they don't win. That is the opposite of winning. That is losing for filing completely frivolous litigation. And Judge Donald Middlebrooks said that every allegation in this lawsuit that was filed by Alina Habba for Donald Trump against these 29 individuals, including Hillary Clinton, based on Donald Trump claiming that his reputation was harmed based on things that Hillary Clinton and these others did in discussing Donald Trump's relationship with Russia, every claim fail to assert any viable legal theory that exists in the United States jurisprudence. It's also time barred by the statute of limitations. And as the judge said, every single claim was absolutely frivolous. Every single claim was without merit, and the lawsuit was the rantings and ravings of a lunatic, a vexatious litigant who repeatedly files frivolous lawsuits as part of a scheme. It's what the judge essentially asserted, to claim that he is being oppressed and that everybody's against him, and losing is part of his scam, the judge called out. And then he just attacks the judge. And this judge, Donald Middlebrooks, said, I am not going to let Donald Trump get away with it, nor his lawyer, Alina Habba. I'm sanctioning you $1 million. And one of the things that Judge Middlebrooks pointed out in that order sanctioning Donald Trump and Alina Habba was this appearance. I'll show it for you right now. This media appearance that Alina Habba made on Hannity's show after the judge entered his initial dismissal order back in early September of 2022, when Hannity said, well, what do you think about the fact that you lost this case? And Judge Middlebrooks dismissed the case that was filed. This was in, again, September of 2022. And Alina Habba says, oh, it's a Clinton-appointed judge and the judicial system is against us. And what Judge Middlebrooks points out in his order is that that's part of the playbook. That's part of the Donald Trump scam. She misrepresented the judge's very meticulous order, demonstrating that each and every fact asserted by Donald Trump was completely false. And when I say each and every fact, I mean he would say somebody lives in Virginia when they lived in New York. He would say someone's the head of the DNC who never even worked for the DNC. They would just make up facts in their lawsuit, just complete bogus, frivolous allegations. But this was the Alina Habba appearance on Hannity where she attacked Judge Middlebrooks, and Judge Middlebrooks actually points to this appearance in his order. Here, play this clip.
You know, I have to share with you a story, Sean, that I have not shared with anybody. The recourse that I have at this point is obviously to appeal this to the 11th Circuit, as Greg said. But when I brought this case and we were assigned, this judge, and we went through the recusal process, we lost 5 magistrates, including Reinhart, who's dealing with the boxes, as we know. The former president looked at me and he told me, you know what, Alina? You're not going to win. You can't win. Just get rid of it. Don't do the case. And I said, no, we have to fight. It's not right what happened. And you know, he was right. And it's a sad day for me personally, because I fought him on it and I should have listened, but I don't want to lose hope in our system. I don't. So, you know, I'm deciding whether we're going to appeal it. But I got to tell you, Sean, it's hard when you're looking at what's happening in this justice system.
America better start paying attention. We don't have equal justice or application of our laws, and if we allow it to continue, it's only going to get worse. These people are now more emboldened than ever. Alina.
And here's the part of the order. What the judge says is, in September 10th, 2022 interview with Sean Hannity, the host asked her, why isn't Hillary Clinton being held accountable for what she did? Ms. Habba's response reiterated misrepresentations on which the lawsuit was based. She also indicated, this is what the judge said, that while Mr. Trump doubted the suit would succeed, she nevertheless, quote, fought to pursue it. The judge talks about the appearance and goes on to say, defendants now move for attorney's fees and costs under the applicable federal rules, and I explain why I am granting sanctions. Let's go back, though, to what Alina Habba said at the beginning, where she says, the wins keep getting better and all we do is win. Alina Habba's the worst lawyer probably in the United States of America who still has her bar license. Probably the worst lawyer in the United States of America. You want to talk about Donald Trump's cases? It is loss after loss after loss. I mean, we could talk about the case that Donald Trump filed with Judge Eileen Cannon, and actually some interesting relevance here with Judge Donald Middlebrooks, because you heard Alina Habba say we tried to recuse Judge Donald Middlebrooks. What they were trying to do, because it's in the Southern District of Florida, this is back in April or May, they were trying to get this case in front of Judge Eileen Cannon. And in fact, Judge Middlebrooks, before anybody knew what a corrupt Judge Eileen Cannon was, before the public knew, what Judge Middlebrooks pointed out when he denied the attempt by Donald Trump to get Middlebrooks recused, Middlebrooks said, I know what you're doing. You're trying to get me removed because you want this in front of Judge Cannon, and that's a completely frivolous reason for trying to get me recused. But going back to all of the losses that Donald Trump has suffered, well, Donald Trump lost the case that he filed before Judge Eileen Cannon. Sure, he may have got that corrupt hack of a Judge Eileen Cannon, who's the laughingstock of the legal community right now, to grant orders in his favor. But ultimately, Donald Trump lost miserably by the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals. He was forced ultimately to pay for the special master process, which went nowhere because the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals and the United States Supreme Court ruled against Donald Trump. So keeps on losing. Donald Trump lost that one in miserable fashion, and in the process incriminated himself and admitted that he kept these records, admitted that he holds on to these classified records, made a number of very damaging admissions where he could have and should have just invoked his Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination. The DOJ was able to develop a large amount of information there, but there's a loss right there. How about Alina Habba, who was representing Donald Trump in the special proceedings that preceded New York Attorney General Letitia James ultimately filing the fraud lawsuit against Donald Trump? Yeah, in that case, Donald Trump was held in contempt of court for not producing discovery, and Donald Trump was forced to pay $10,000 every single day until Donald Trump tapped out and just gave up. Talking about tapping out and just giving up, and talking about more losses, in the lawsuit that Donald Trump filed against New York Attorney General Letitia James in Florida, which was removed to federal court and assigned to Judge Donald Middlebrooks, Donald Trump on Friday voluntarily dismissed that, backed out, more losing there. And before that, he had filed a federal lawsuit in federal court in New York in the Syracuse area, lost there. Donald Trump's case was dismissed there. Donald Trump lost in his efforts to try to seal the deposition transcripts in the E. Jean Carroll case, which is going to trial in April. He lost on his motion to dismiss the case brought by New York Attorney General Letitia James, the fraud lawsuit. That motion to dismiss was not only denied, but Trump and Habba were threatened with sanctions by Judge Arthur Engoron. The Trump organization was just found guilty of 17 felonies. in connection with a decade-long tax scheme in a prosecution by the Manhattan District Attorney's Office in New York. The Trump Organization is officially a felon and got the max penalty there. So she's talking about winning. It's called gaslighting, what you're doing, because you continue to lose over and over again in miraculous fashion. There's no Teflon Don. It's the opposite of Teflon here. Trump is weak. He's a traitor and he's a coward. And all of the prosecutors now across the country, federal prosecutors, state prosecutors, federal judges, are all seeing what a little loser he is. It's here for us all to see. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit the subscribe button. We are on our way to 1 million subscribers thanks to your incredible support. And in addition, check us out at patreon.com/MeidasTouch. You'll love the exclusive content we have at Patreon, but most importantly, it helps grow this independent media platform. So check it out. Patreon.com/MeidasTouch. Until next time, I'm Ben Meiselas, and thank you so much for watching.
Our blue wall stopped the red wave and election deniers got denied election. That's why we're celebrating with the new Democracy Prevails team. We've got lots of work to do, but we should all be proud that when democracy was tested, democracy prevailed. You've earned this. Don't wait. Get yours right now at store.MeidasTouch.com. That's store.MeidasTouch.com.